Enjoying the show in the back room there?
Yeah, it's fun back there.
Well, Nate's from Attitash and Wildcat, and you guys have had every weekend something going on, and midweek for the locals, one of the favorite mountains in this area to get some great skiing and riding in. Thomas Prindle comes on the show a lot, and he sent you today because you sort of are the expert for the learn to ski and snowboard programs at both mountains. So where do you have a big Attitash on, but where do you usually?
I'm based out of Attitash, yeah.
Based out of
Spend
Attitash.
most of my time there, but Attitash and Wildcat, we're working together now quite a bit. We train together in the early season. We share resources, coaches, when we're allowed to, when the situation requires us to. So it's pretty good partnership.
I think you have all the bases covered, but let's start with the beginners. As a beginner adult, it can be a scary thing to try a new sport.
Sure.
How do you guys sort of tackle that?
Well, we try and put them at ease by getting to them as early as possible. We don't force them to go through the rental shop by themselves. We don't leave them twisting in the wind after they get all their stuff, just walking outside, confused where to go. So we meet them inside. We help them fit their rental stuff. We explain kind of what the day is going to be like. Then we bring them outside to some terrain that we have that's fenced off, out of the way, so that it's just their little area, so they don't have to worry about other traffic coming through. That's
good, because there's a lot of beginners out there, adult-wise, and they don't want to feel like a beginner, though. They kind of want to feel like they're being taken care of and helped out, and so they can progress and not worry about that.
Yeah, it's just to put them at ease and make them feel like, okay, I'm not going to end up in a big heap at the end of this. I'm going to be having a good time. So after we get them outside, we start to show them how their equipment works, what they can expect, how to move around with the equipment on, and how to get down the hill safely, going from just, the start of a straight run all the way through, making linked wedge turns, and hopefully down the chairlift by the end.
Good. Yeah, because you actually have some great programs financially to help people too. So let's talk about the Learn to Ski and Snowboard program cost.
Yeah, Learn to Ski and Snowboard is $65 for your first day, and that includes a 3-hour Learn To lesson, your equipment, and a lower mountain lift ticket.
Great.
And then we have an upgrade.
Amazing deal.
It's very inexpensive. Yeah, it's really designed to get people out there for a really easy entry fee.
Absolutely. And that's for adults. What about for kids? Do you still offer a similar program?
Well, we have our children's programs at Attitash. It's Buddy Bears, and Adventure Kids at Wildcat. It's the Lion's Den. And those are $79 for a full day. That includes 4 hours of lessons.
Oh, wow.
And your lunch. If you need rentals, there's a small charge for that, but we give them a break on the rentals. $15 for the rentals.
Perfect. Now, what's the minimum age, would you say, that folks can start thinking about getting their kids in a program?
Well, you could do, for programs, it's 4 years old.
Oh, great.
They're a little more independent there. They're able to do a few more things for themselves. But if you wanted to get them earlier, we do private lessons for as young as 3.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, it really, for kids, it's a lot of just time on snow.
Right.
And those little rugrats, they just take it up so quickly.
Yeah.
You can see a natural skier as an adult when they've started as kids. So, don't be intimidated by the gear and stuff. You guys, again, help the parents get these kids streamlined into the program where they're going to have a bunch of fun. They're going to come home and be like, thanks, Mom and Dad.
Right, that's the idea, yeah. To give them something that they'll have for the rest of their life. I mean, I got skiing when I was a real little kid.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine doing anything else.
I know. It's my eldest son just the other day, he goes, Mom, my favorite sport is skiing.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. You like to see that passion for something that he can be excited about, to get outside and enjoy, some beautiful weather and some great friends and great times. Of course, at either mountain, you can find that. Now, let's move to the intermediate. Probably the biggest pool of skiers would be considered intermediate.
Absolutely.
And what kind of programs do you offer for them?
Well, we have group clinics for them as well, or private lessons. The group clinics, we base them off the terrain that they ski. So if you're comfortable on green terrain, you take a green clinic, blue, black, and so on. And then private lessons, you can drill down more to what that individual needs. In the group setting, we try and make sure that it's going to hit everybody's needs, but it's kind of more of a committee sort of thing.
Sure.
When you get into your private lessons, those are specific
really
to that
tailored,
person.
Yeah. Well,
exactly
wonderful. And how do they sign up for something like that?
They can sign up for those by calling our reservations office. You can get the number off attitash.com. Or you can come right to the Adventure Center desk and we can put you out.
And for a private, it is a really good idea for a reservation.
Yeah, it's a good idea to make a reservation ahead, just so that we can get you the coach that's going to work best with you and make sure we can get you out at the time slot you'd like to go out.
Good. Now, for beginners and intermediates, what should they show up with? What should they be wearing?
Well, they should be prepared to go outside. A good pair of windproof, water-resistant pants, a jacket that is also windproof, water-resistant, gloves that are more water resistant. You know, knit gloves are nice when your grandma made them, but when you start being outside, they get
Right.
real cold real fast.
And it can be either from the snow or from your own sweat,
Right.
because, you know, when you're learning something, sometimes you're a little bit more tense.
Oh, yeah.
And you tend to sweat a little bit.
Yeah, you'll be working out there.
All right, good. And how would you get people that used to ski and say, oh, you know, what would you say to get them back into the sport?
You know, I'd offer them those products again.
Yeah.
The 2-3 upgrade. You don't have to take level 1 to do 2-3. So
Oh,
you
good.
can come
You can
in
jump.
for the second and third day of our Learn To program. It's
Okay.
only $65. That's
Great.
2 days lift tickets, 2 days rentals, and 2 90-minute clinics. So that's a way to get them back with their feet under them, ready to go again.
Wonderful. And it is February, Nate, so Valentine's Day is right around the corner.
Yep.
What do you have for couples?
We do a couples day every week, actually. And
Every week?
Yeah, and that's
Not just Valentine's
Not just
Day.
Valentine's Day. That's Tuesday. The two of you can come to Attitash or Wildcat's a different day, but at Attitash, I believe it's Tuesday. And for $110, you get 2 lift tickets, 2 90-minute clinics, and 2 lunch vouchers.
Wonderful.
So,
Okay, and
with
for the
less than
kids that are, sorry,
Oh.
did I?
No, you're all set.
Okay, and let's move to intermediate kids, because now you're starting to get into kids that are like, oh, I can ski all over the mountain. Why would you offer them lessons? What would they gain from that?
They can ski all over the mountains, but you know, maybe they need to add a little more control into their skiing. Maybe there's something they struggle with, whether it be they want to start getting into a race course or they want to start getting into the mogul, skiing a
little
little
more
more off-piste. Yeah, we can offer them that in our, again, Adventure Kids. We
Great.
can get those kids out there skiing more of that stuff, and private lessons as well. We also have a seasonal program that focuses on all sorts of different things. There's the ATVs and mountaineers. They just ski all over the place.
Oh, fun.
And then there's the RAD team. They're our racing and development kids, so they're starting to get into the race courses. And then we have a freestyle team that competes in the USSA B-level events, and they're hitting the park, hitting moguls, doing all that stuff.
Great. And what are the ages sort of for these kids?
For those, they go down to 4 all the way up to
Okay.
15.
So it's still covered. And moving on to advanced and expert, we do have some in the area
Sure.
ripping it up. And what kind of programs do you offer for them?
The black level clinic for a group is ideal for them. They'll be skiing black terrain, working on refining skills at that level. And then private lessons, again, we can hit moguls, race course, intro to park, whatever you want to do.
Okay, sounds pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
What about those people that are expert skiers looking for more of the social aspect?
Well, we have a Diamond Cutters program.
Okay.
It's every other Saturday for people, and they're skiing all over the place, different levels. But you know,
just
we
kinda
have
go
different
together?
coaches. Yeah, and they've got a coach that goes out with them.
And they
gives them
give
a little help.
tips?
Tips, and
as
you know,
go?
we kind of figure out what they want to get, what their
Okay.
goals are in the early part, and then work towards those goals throughout the season. And then for the midweek, we have TGIF, which is a very popular program. Thank goodness I'm 50, and they get out every Thursday and ski from.
50 is the new 40 now.
Yeah,
so
that's what they say.
They're out ripping it up.
Yeah, they're out there quite a bit, and it's a pretty big program. There's about 70 people in it right now with about 7
wow.
coaches. Yeah, so it's going
Fantastic.
every Thursday, and you can sign up for the whole season, or you can do a daily TGIF if you just want to check it out first.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. Now, for those expert kids, you mentioned that you do have different types of training available.
Sure.
Terrain park, you
Yep.
guys covering that as well?
Yep, absolutely. Again, we can do private lessons. We offer those only specific times on the weekends because we need to make sure we have the coach available. But then we have the seasonal programs, and those freestyle kids are out every Saturday and Sunday.
And that sounds like a great thing, not only for locals, but people who have second homes here in
Sure.
the Valley, that they can come on the weekends. Their kid's going to be exhausted by the time they get home
Yeah.
and have the best time of their lives, because really that's why we live here, is to enjoy what the mountains have to offer, you
Right.
know, and a great community. So glad that you guys can take care of pretty much the gamut,
Yeah,
the
and
spectrum of people.
Wildcat has a lot of the same programs up there as well. A lot of similar programs. They have different titles, and they might go out at different times of the day, but offer the same stuff.
Wonderful. Well, that's where the websites come in handy.
Right.
Attitash.com and skiwildcat.com are the places that they can find more information.
That's it.
Excellent. Well, Nate, did we cover everything?
I think we got everything. I think we'll be all right.
All right.
We had a pretty
Thanks
long
again. All right, folks. We'll be back. We have more coming on White Mountains Day, including more Watch and Win and another look at the weather forecast.
Burn your inefficient wood-burning fireplace.